I think that I am on many levels just like a normal mom, grocery shopping and cooking dinner and lacrosse practice and ballet practice and doctor's appointments and all the things.
For Tracy T, motherhood comes first, but that doesn't mean it isn't without stress.
And I think your body just goes into like survival mode or go mode. But at some point, I think it catches up with us. And it caught up with me big time.
In her 40s, Tracy began a journey that led her to an unexpected place.
So what are these? These are dried magic mushrooms.
That's a magic mushroom.
Up to 4 days a week, Tracy ingests a microdose of mushrooms that have the psychedelic psilocybin in them, also known as magic mushrooms. She puts them in her morning cup of cacao.
How do you microdose?
I take my capsule, it's 100 milligrams, and then I just open it up and put it in the mixture. I often describe microdosing as something that calms the frayed edges around us. And as mothers, we have very, very frayed edges.
In Colorado, where Tracy lives, using psilocybin has been decriminalized and in 2024 will be legalized in a clinical setting. The state, along with Oregon, are the only two to legalize the use of the drug. Multiple cities in 4 other states have decriminalized it at the local level.
That harvest right there could be 12 people, so that could be a 2-week supply.
Tonight, we go inside the shroom boom. Psychedelics, once condemned as part of counterculture.
This drug, which has such a potent effect upon man's mind, it's a very dangerous drug.
Turn on, tune in, drop out.
Are popping up in suburbia from the growing numbers of moms taking small doses of magic mushrooms.
This can refresh. It's like a reset.
To celebs like Kristen Bell getting candid on Jimmy Kimmel.
I wanted to try mushrooms for my 40th birthday.
To the increasing study of them as potential treatments.
We're not sure that they work yet, really, but studies are showing really promising effects.
Businesses are taking note too.
Oh, I mean, they're calling this the shroom boom, right?
But for all the attention on microdosing, the research is sparse.
We know very little about microdosing. You should know that you're kind of experimenting on yourself. You know, there isn't a lot of high quality data about the safety and efficacy of that practice.
Dr. Josh Woolley of the University of California, San Francisco has been studying the impact of large macro doses of psilocybin. The FDA granted the psychedelic psilocybin breakthrough therapy status in 2018 to be studied for its potential in helping treat depression. Technically, it is still illegal in 48 states, and at the federal level is a banned substance classified as a Schedule I drug.
What are you optimistic that psychedelic drugs can be useful in?
Psychedelics could be helpful. You know, people who are depressed or eating disorders, addictions, and we're just at the very beginning of trying to examine who and how these drugs might be helpful to people.
For some, using psychedelics may trigger a severe psychiatric episode. They may also raise heart rate and blood pressure and have not been studied in pregnant or breastfeeding women. Experts say you should talk to your doctor before using them. For Tracy, she says the effects of microdosing are subtle.
Is there a high that comes with microdosing?
No, microdosing is subperceptual. It is the idea that you take a small enough dose that when taken consistently over time brings on the same effects that one achieves when taking a large dose journey, but without the large dose journey.
For generations, we've seen moms find ways to distress. From Valium being glorified in the Rolling Stones song Mother's Little Helper,
Mother needs something today to calm her down. And though she's not really ill, there's a little yellow pill.
to mommy wind down time becoming part of pop culture. Tracy believes microdosing is more than just mommy's little helper.
That is not what microdosing is. Microdosing is mommy is present and aware and showing up, maybe for the first time ever.
How does one manage sort of their emotional state when they are under stress? Is microdosing helpful there? It's unclear.
Dr. Neil Epperson studies women's mental health at the University of Colorado. She says women are likely to experience depression and anxiety disorders more frequently than men, but cautions that the stress of parenthood isn't the same as clinical depression.
Stress is normal. It's when we beat ourselves up, we don't give ourselves grace, and we start to look at stress as being dangerous and bad and hurting us.
Epperson says moms who microdose are increasingly finding support in one another.
It is kind of also inadvertently creating a village for a lot of women that are finding their group online and really benefiting from that sense of doing something together.
Everybody comes with a unique history and a unique personality. And the mushrooms work differently with everybody.
In Medford, Oregon, Kate Ingram is becoming part of a community she never expected.
Have you ever done recreational drugs before?
No. I drink some wine. That's as wild as I get ever.
Were people surprised to hear that you were curious about this?
Very, very surprised. So this is what my microdose looks like.
Kate is a grief counselor, author, and mother of two who turned to psilocybin out of curiosity and the potential it might have for her clients down the road.
It feels like a really nice exhale, like, ah.
I think so many Americans are looking for some sort of magic pill to make them feel better. Do you think psilocybin is that magic pill?
No, I don't think anything's a magic pill. I think it could be incredibly helpful. It's a tool, but the work still has to be done by the person.
This is a very secure place.
10 minutes down the road from Kate, Andreas and Jennifer Met have opened Satya Therapeutics, the first licensed psilocybin treatment center in Southern Oregon.
Take a look.
The two are also licensed manufacturers of magic mushrooms.
And this is our second harvest of this toad.
In January of this year, Oregon became the first state in the U.S. to legalize the growth, sale, and use of psilocybin in monitored settings.
Every product is tracked from the moment of its inception to actually end client.
See how it's spread open more? And see how it's starting to bruise blue?
That's the oxidation.
That's the oxidation of the psilocybin.
A single session at Satya Therapeutics costs about $1,000, not including travel expenses.
85% of the people we've seen have come from out of state.
We have people that have depression, anxiety, some medicine-resistant PTSD.
What do you think this looks like in 5 years?
I think it's a revolution.
And I see the future as what could be the benefits of the mushroom in helping what I see as a broken system. And I see this as hopeful.
Back in Colorado.
So this is our chocolate machine. This is where all of the chocolate magic happens.
Business is booming for one company that is tapping into the newfound popularity of mushrooms.
So this right here that we're mixing in is our proprietary blend.
It's a time where people are starting to be more open and curious. When people hear the word mushrooms, they tend to think that they're psychedelic, and that's not always the case.
Lindsay Goodstein and Charlotte Cruz founded Alice Mushrooms, a brand combining so-called functional mushrooms with chocolate.
They do not have the compound psilocybin that makes psychedelic mushrooms able to create a psychedelic experience.
Functional mushrooms do not have psychedelic properties, and health experts warn they are not a proven treatment for any illness or disease. People who microdose magic mushrooms sometimes take functional mushrooms in conjunction with them. Charlotte and Lindsay are hoping to one day expand into psychedelics.
As more people get really fascinated by mushrooms, it is going to drive more research around mushrooms, and that's going to drive more innovation in the space, new product development. So the shroom boom, it's very cultural right now, but its implications are going to be far-reaching.
For Tracy, she started an online business.
I would love to just drop in and see how everyone is feeling.
Aptly named Moms on Mushrooms, a digital platform aimed at connecting and advising microdosing moms.
Do you think you're a better mom on mushrooms?
I think I'm a more empathetic mom, and I actually started listening and looking at my kid from the heart.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.